Hello, this is Solomon Davis from Right Side Trading, where you can learn to trade on the right side with confidence. Today is October 1st, 2017, and this is my weekly trade review. This is where I look at a morning NASDAQ trade, and I look to trade a 5-minute candle at the 9:30 open. If that candle is red, we trade it down. If that candle is green, we trade it up. We look to make 5 points or more on that trade. We try to keep our losses at 5 points or less. The thing is, this right here is all for educational purposes only. You get where you review your trades, you see where you could have made money, where you could have lost money, how can you improve those trades and all, and that's what this is all about, education. Get training, check us out. We have a lot of other strategies too. Everybody asks, can you do this with this, do this with that? Yes, you can. You have to study it and see how it works for you, what time frame works best for you, and we can help you with that. Again, visit us, contact us. We can help you out. We have other things going on too. Again, this will be posted out here at Right Side Trader. Also on RightSideTrading.com also has a YouTube page now to be posted there too. I'll try to get it to those guys, make sure we get it out there. Again, but let's go ahead and jump right on into the presentation. Again, this is all for educational money. Trading is risky. You can and will lose money at trading. Let me switch screens where you can actually see the slides. Apply. Again, like I say, this is not September 15th. Today is actually October 1st. This is for the week of September 11th through the 15th. Visit us at rightsidetrading.com. You can email us at info@rightsidetrading.com. You can email me directly at solomon@rightsidetrading.com. And let's bring up a chart and take a look at what was happening that week. Let me make sure I bring up the correct chart. Yep. And this is, so I didn't, let me go back over here. I usually show you what I'm looking at first, what happened that week. Let me switch back over to that. Okay, on September 11th, it was actually up for 10 or more. On the 12th was a doji, no trade. Doji is one of my rules. If that opening candle is $1 or less between open and close, it's a no trade. I also have another rule that I share is if that first candle low and high, that point spread is greater than 10, that's a no trade. As you can see, we have one of each this week. We'll have a couple dojis and a greater than 10 also. And so on the 11th was up for 10, 12th was doji no trade, 5th was down 5 points only, and that would have been very, or you could have actually got stopped out on that trade. You should have at least broke even on that trade. On the 14th was a greater than 10, no trade. I'm glad I got these rules out here ahead of time where you can say I'm not just making this up. You know, this is something I've been doing for over 7, 8 years. Well, I've been doing close to 10 years. I started back in 2007, 2008, sometime in that time frame. Actual trading my own money and stuff. Started way back then. Yeah, it was different world, but contact me. We can talk about that later. On September 15th, doji no trade. Let's move on now to the charts. Yep, the chart is up. Let me just switch screens. Apply. Again, I'm trying to show more of the charts. Again, email me. Tell me what things you guys want to see, how you want to see things different. You know, just don't say, I don't like the way he presents it. Well, I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not for me. You know, the thing is we try to present something here that can work for those who, like, this is actually a day trading strategy that I'm looking at here. We have other long-term strategies. I have stocks that I've been actually carrying for a few years that's doing okay. But this is just a day trading strategy that I don't mind sharing. And other things, contact us at Right Side Trading. We have a lot of other strategies that we present. But here, Monday, make sure we're looking at the right day, September 11th. And it was up for 10. We look at that first 5-minute candle as it develops. You know, that looks like a big candle, 68 to 75. It was still less than 10. So again, we looked to trade that up. It did get above this level right here, which looked like it's ready to break out and run. So what did it actually do? It did exactly that. Again, if you was able to get into this trade around 74, it went to 84 on that next candle. And I am feeling good these days. I got one of my old trading buddies is talking about trading again. I can trade these things, he can trade these things, and he sees this stuff, this market the same way I see it. We started out trading together back in 2007, 2008. We did really good trading together, and he's back. He's talking about coming back. So I hope to see him trading with me again and I can get where we can do some crazy stuff out here in this market, because we do look at other stuff too. With both of us scanning the market, we do really, really well. So that was that day. That was a great trade. Let's move on to the next day. You don't need to see any more than that. Don't get greedy. That's the other thing. He's one. Have to just keep him from that. He understands this strategy. He knows how this strategy works. He did a study with me, so he believes in the strategy. So it works out great when you have somebody else who believes exactly and know exactly what we've seen here. So this was a doji no trade. Again, that first 5-minute candle. I'm looking at open and close. Open was 575. Close was 625. Just barely in that within that that's less than $1. So that's a doji. You end up doing a no trade. Let's take a closer look at this. See, you get, again, if you would try playing a green up, you had to been trying to get a few 5 points or so on that trade and been out of that trade. And if you didn't get out of that trade and didn't take that break even, you would have took a loss, a big loss on that trade if you didn't get out of here with your small loss. You know, that's why, again, the rules are in place. Let's go to the next day. Again, another choppy day. I'm showing you a different indicator. I do use other indicators other than the pivots. I have usually 3 separate charts with the same thing on it with 3 different indicators to kind of give me, since I trade by myself, you know, I need that other thing that I'm looking at and give me the confidence, you know, of taking the trade based on what I'm seeing. You know, so on this particular indicator here and this particular day, this is the 13th, this is a down for 5. And looking at this now, based on my indicator, I'm going a little bit more in depth in here. My indicator was from 95 down to 88. So 80, it didn't even get down. It wasn't giving me a 10-point range. So that's a real tight market, you know, going into this first 5-minute open. And also down here on this particular indicator, it was in what they call a squeeze when you start getting these dots. So you're looking for this thing to break to the upside or break to the downside based on what you were seeing here. And also, since you got an RSI, it's not RSI. You got an RSI indicator running here also, and these RSIs, when it's down at the bottom, it tends to go up. When it's at the top, it tends to go down. So again, you're using all these tools here to help to make you make a better decision and make a better trade. So let's see what happened here. This was a down for 5. Again, based on this first one. And it's right here in the middle. And so at a 90 going down to 85, it wasn't quite going down to 85. So again, did you take that trade right away or not? But that's based on our rules, what I'm presenting to you guys. That's where you would have been into that trade. Based on my indicator here, I'm not getting into this trade until it's back up here somewhere near the top. And then I will take a trade, decide on taking a trade. Give me a little extra information here. Boom. You know, if this thing did come back up to here, and do I take this trade now? Do I take this trade here? You know, based on what you're seeing in the market and the other indicators that I'm looking at, and it still haven't decided on what to go out of. You know, boom. But if I would have took this trade again closer up to this area here and taken it down, it still only just barely gave me 5 points. Let's see what's going on the next candle. But it was heading in the right direction. So now, boom. You get that whole almost 10 points on this trade. I'm done with that trade. And it's beginning to fire to the downside here, looking at this indicator here. Let's see what happens. It didn't quite do it, but it's still looking like it wants to fire to the downside. Let's look at the next candle. Boom, and it reverses on you. So if you didn't have your stop in place to actually lock in some profit based on when it came up here, you could have been all messed up. That's why you try to use other indicators. This indicator here actually ended up faking you out, you know. But that's why you got to take what the market is used to giving you, that 5 to 10 points. You You got to learn to take it. Or especially while you see me on like my live trades, and when I'm actually trading, I move my stops down to a break-even point, to make sure I don't end up taking these big losses like this. Because the Nasdaq is a whippy boy. It'll whip you around. So let's move on to the next day. Again, on this day, this was the 14th. It was a greater than 10 day, no trade. Let's take a quick look at that. This is 78, 88, no trade. Whip you around. That's why you end up passing on those days. On Friday, this was a doji day. Again, the market had been, it made a big push up here, and a lot of volume came in just before the open. That had been a lot of amateur traders. You've been looking, oh man, this thing is going to pop. But let's see what happened. We got to end up with a doji. When you start getting this is half of a what type candle pattern. And what do you do? What do you take? How do you take that trade? Based on, I'm putting the line here for you to see what's going on. So again, I've learned doji, no trade. Wait and see what the market is going to give you, and you wait. It completed a pattern there. Join us. We can tell you what that pattern is all about. But again, these are quick trades, and now it's back down here to this demand area, and it came down into this demand area on this candle. Even on that candle, again, it gets back to your next best trade. But doji, no trade. So let's switch back over to my other slides. Again, September 11th, up for 10. 12th, doji, no trade. 3rd, down for 5. It should have broke even. Don't let that little winner turn into a loser. Greater than 10, no trade. A doji, another no trade. Again, this is Solomon with my weekly trade review for the week of September 11th through September 15th. Check us out at rightsidetrading.com, where you can learn to trade on the right side with confidence. Again, have a great week trading and make some money. Talk to you later. Bye.